Oh, welcome back to Sosnovka NOT. Now, I've had word that the garage got the parts in for the Amazon Cedar, so I will be running that over a bit later to get that fixed. Luckily, we don't need it at the moment. It's the last bit of seed to do. As you see, the weather has turned horrible, really horrible. And these are making certain all our wipers are working. I don't think I've got the sunroof open. No, I could be wrong. That might be the sort of day to have the sunroof open, but I don't really think so. We do every other row from now on. It'll be easier. That's one thing I love about this class. It's got wipers almost everywhere you could want them. Back screen, bottom that side screen, the front screen. I ain't got one on the door. Don't think there's one on the roof. Let's just have a... No. I'll have that bit open. We might as well just have a look up and see how grey it is out there. I think ferry is the word. I wonder if we're going to have almost enough potatoes in there to do all this anyway, without the extra box the silver got back. Yeah, then we've got to get everything back. Oh. Yes, today is finishing this off, get everything back and get the cedar over to the garage. I was going to run it over because Doc volunteered to repair it for me, but as I'd already booked it into the workshop, I couldn't really do that. But I think he was actually after the cows. If I'd have thought earlier, I'd have contacted him. I know he's very good on machinery. Mind you, I normally think of him as someone who's dealing a lot with older stuff. Oops. Oh, we missed a bit there. We will have to just do that end afterwards. It's the trouble with these modern tractors. There's so many buttons and levers and knobs to twiddle with. Never like twiddling with your knobs, missus. Still, it won't be too bad a job on here. At least it will be another crop we've got growing. I think another year I was thinking about putting some maize in there another year for forage, but I don't think there's really any need. We've got more than enough grass at the moment to keep us going. Let's see if we can get the right one this time. Oh, potatoes are beginning to go down now. Let's hope we don't hit the tree. I've done enough damage to equipment, and as we were lucky to get this planter, by the way. It was for another farmer, but they didn't want it in the end. They went out of business just after they ordered it. So I fell into that, and of course, because that was something the workshop wanted to get rid of, the garage wanted to get rid of in a hurry, I got it a little bit cheaper. Only a few £100, but every little helps. Oh, will this rain ever end? Well, at least that's a change from the snow, I suppose. We seem to certainly hit the worst of the weather this end of the valley, or this end of the area. Just hope it don't rain come harvest. That really will mess us up. in theory there shouldn't be any reason why we shouldn't get the spuds up, but except for compaction on the land, of course, which is a consideration. If it rains, then, but if we can't touch the grain crops. I just think we're going to get 2 more cuts of grass this year. I think 1 lot in to fill the silage right up. 1 lot turned into hay, I would have thought. Although at the moment we're not too bad off on hay. We might even miss 1 cut of grass. I'll cogitate on that. Just think about making life not so much easier, but a little bit less work to do. Now we've got all the money here, and I will be putting that into cows. Yes, I was going to go every other one, wasn't I? I'll just get it onto the line and back up again. Not the smoothest of fields, just one nice note. Oh well. When you can't back up, do the obvious thing. Drive around a large circle, missing the tree, and come back on it again. It's quite often quicker. Compaction again, but hey-oh. As a lot of people seem to say now, what will be will be. Not the horrible whatever. Yeah, but only we're not halfway through this fill of potatoes. I think this is doing better than my indicator indicated. If that makes sense. Sorry, but I just hit the mic. I'll try and cut that little bit of audio out. I don't want to deafen you, especially those who like me and use headphones to listen. I have to use headphones, I'm getting that deaf, pardon. Sick joke there. Yeah, the rest of the pigs, I think I might well sell those. I can't really see the sense in paying to have Stu come back over here when there should only be about 1 load, and we've got the lorry, we've got everything there, and we're going to be finished with work by the looks of it by then. So I might well do that, and at the same time bring back a load of cows. Herd of cows? Because I heard of cows. Yeah, sorry, yes. I think this is a bad joke day today. Stu's been busy over at Blickling, my old mate over at Blickling. He just sold all his sheep off. Now, I wouldn't sell sheep off personally. I like sheep. They're easy to keep, relatively cheap to keep as well. And the wool makes a good price. Boy, does that make a good price. As long as you sell at this time of the year. Well, as you may have noticed, we sold some up a few days ago. We missed it, yes. Oh, we're almost done this half. only about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 passes to go and do that end up there, what we're going towards, because that hasn't been very well done at all. Doesn't take long once you get your mind set to it. Well, I tell you what, we got much more rain, we wouldn't be doing this. This is really right at the edge of what we can drag this planter through. And you can see by the way everything's moving about. It's a good job this thing's got GPS on it, or else I'd be in real trouble. Now we're going to manage this. I think actually here I may well go up to the other. I think I'm going to put this end in here now whilst I'm here. Then we'll do the other, every other row, finish filling that in. As I'm not using GPS this end, I'm just hoping I can get this somewhere near right. That will beggar up the harvester when we go having it like this. And it looks like we missed a big bit there. I hope we can catch it all and we're now moving. We are moving all over the show. I think we've got it all. Oh, we've got a lot of extra spuds. Well, we'll put those into stock, we'll sell those. A lot of seed, they're good for animal feed. If I still was worried about pigs, I'd use them myself, but not now. Yeah, looks like we got it all. What we missed, we missed. Don't think we can say any more than that. Hello, I will. I'll try and say some more. We will know next year with this setup. Use about. I just knocked the mic again. Use about half the amount of potatoes. Buy about half the amount of potatoes it says, but in food truck, because I hold a food bag. Quite a few if I want to do one of the big fields. Now I am toying with the idea of really going deep in the deck and get a big roper. And not a big roper, a big grimmy. We could get the roper tow behind us. It's an all-in-one unit, which is better than the Homer, which because you have to have a topper for it first. So we may well get the roper all in one for this bit. It's not that much to do after all. There's a relatively small field. I haven't actually looked to see what the animals are like since we started. You see, we've got 224 sheep. I'm going to get up to between 300 and 400 sheep, I think. I want about 150 or so, or even 200 head of cattle, and then we'll see how our grass holds up. If we do need more grass, I will turn this to another grass meadow. But the field we're coming towards is the one I want to buy 7. With that, we've got everything this side of the river, and that includes some quite large fields. Don't really want to go the other side of the river. Might be sound like London who's afraid to go north or south of the river. Depends which side you're living on. with us, where I come from originally, because it's north or south of the border. And I don't mean the Scottish border, I mean the Norfolk-Suffolk border. I have nothing against. So I like to make fun of people from Suffolk, and they tend to make fun of me too. And we both have an equal sense of frustration, I think, with our football teams. Both are underperforming what they should be. But then, for our Americans, you call it soccer. It's actually association football. And like most things, I'm going to be an old curmudgeon and use the descriptions I know. Alright, not many is left now. We'll still got that double bit right at the end there to do. That's in. Now, this is ridiculous. I didn't expect to get away with this amount of potato, as few potatoes as this is to put in the ground. Oh, coming out of character, I've got a feeling it could well be one of the mods here is alternate. As I think I took what Courseplay told me and got about one pallet more than I needed, just to be sure. Apologies to any Irishmen listening for that awful stereotype. I missed it again. Do like to give me a little test this end. That's the one thing I think about if we had a big self-propelled harvester, is actually those posts, and I can't do anything about them. So, not something about power cables or their telephone cables, whichever it is, they don't want me knocking them down. Mind the way the internet is out here, I probably wouldn't know if I knocked down their telephone cables. I've actually had to get down and have a satellite installed to have decent contact with the rest of the world. Well, when I say I have a satellite installed, I don't mean I've gone up there and paid to have a satellite sent into space, you understand. I'm not quite that rich. No, I just got a dish and I bounce off one of the satellites, my signals. Trouble is the lag gets terrible. You can't play games. Be like the old days. I used to do a lot of gaming in the old days. I used to play Half-Life a lot online on a dial-up. You're right, as long as everybody was playing on dial-up, but if you got one who wasn't, chances are, but you'd shoot at him, and by the time the bullet had reached him, he'd be behind you, knifing you. Great fun. I think we just had another sheep born. Certainly said 224 earlier. They say 225 up there. I like to keep in close contact with everything on the farm, as you may have noticed with all this gubbins I've got. Missed it. Luckily these things do turn quite well. I know my old mate at Blickman, he loves JCBs, but they don't turn as well as this thing. Great help for moving a large amount of produce about. the countryside on roads. Oh, we are really struggling there. I think this ground's getting wet. I think we can just about finish this off, and that'll be it for groundwork. Makes me feel seasick. Yeah, 3 more passes, I think. If we don't quite get the end of this end, I'm not going to go over this. We've still got a hell of a lot of potatoes to get rid of. Yeah, 2 more passes, so we've got that awkward pass. I think we're doing the right, coming up at the right angle now. So I think last time we were due to turn and do the very end bit. This time we can get away with it, and we can do the full bit first. Yeah, you know what I mean when we see what we're doing. I think I know what I mean. When we come round, we just come this side of that post. Yeah, we're gonna miss it alright. And we do up here. I am going to do it at the little end there. Yeah. Crews didn't quite go in properly. And we're still at 34% potatoes aboard here. Yeah, we will do this end. And we'll get this lot back. I'll come back and pick all the pallets up later. We'll get this cedar back. Park it under cover somewhere. It really wants a wash, but it isn't going to get one just yet. We'll get one a bit later. I might leave it on the wash pad. Oh yeah, out of character very slightly. The reason my machinery doesn't clean when it rains, is because I've got the dirty rain mod on. I would much prefer my machinery not to get washed. If they're going to get washed, I'm going to be washing them, not the rain. So just for anybody who's wondering, I put the dirty rain mod now on just about every map I play. And then some of the things like those old masses, they get a bit dirty, they look a bit rusty. It adds to it a bit. Saves me trying to sort out a texture on there, which I don't understand. I think we better watch this when we come down. You notice these things have been hit a few times. They've got the little pads on. I think we're there. Lift that up, switch it off. Can't fold it up or anything because they're still full. Try not to run too much on his land. It is a horrible day. I might as well use this tractor to go and take the cedar. I was taking a little bit of dragging at the moment, but for some reason I don't understand why. Can anybody think of a reason why that shouldn't be quite as free running as it once was? I had a few comments about it, but not as many as I expected. I had a few more about a little bit about modern speech patterns I made on one of the videos. I must be getting old and crotchety. What do you mean must be? Mare, you are old and crotchety. Yeah, sorry. Well, it's going to cost us about 20, oh, I think no, about 15,000 I think they said to. And I can't back to save me life at the moment. It's just, what we will do is slow it right down, and it's easier if you slow it down to back. Doesn't get away from you as quickly. Still gets away from you, but not as quickly. You can watch it do its little dance of escape. I was going to leave this on the pad when it's a bit late now, never mind. We're in the fun of backing this in again. I must find a better home for it. Once we get those straw bales out the way, of course, it will go in there. That should do it. I can never remember whether I put manual attach on these things or not. There we are. That's done a good job. Yeah, there's still plenty of spuds in there. Pretty going out of character. There's a pity in a way. You cannot have a way of emptying seeders and fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer you can do, if you've got it in tanks. You can. There's a mod to allow you to drain all liquids away, but not to get them back into your store. One thing that Farming Dynasty does, it allows you to put stuff back in the store. But you have to, you have separate seeds for everything. Alright, we get this up into the garage. I think we may be there. So one problem with this, you can't see. Some of the old tractors had it right. You could, no, we're not close enough. You could actually see out the rear window. Oh, we got it now. Alright, let's roll back to the garage. Get this fixed before next year. Well, we'll probably want it in the autumn anyway. We'll want to put something in to overwinter in the ground. It's always nice to have something there. There's now one field you ain't got to worry about. I may well try the big field yet again. That's on the road and we're dragging this thing. We better some lights on. I think we will put full warnings on. At least this is empty, so we haven't got to worry about that. Because drag the thing off the wash pad eventually. It split the tank, so all the seed is gone, and the fertilizer. think they said drop it to the left here. I don't want the beacons on anymore. Drop it over here somewhere, and they will deal with it. We'll drop it there and that should do. Then we'll come back and pick it up later when they're done with it. Alright, what else we got to do? Well, I think that's just about it. I'll go and get the other stuff home off screen, I reckon, or I might put you through it. I know how much you enjoy watching those little odd jobs we do. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider leaving a like. If you're not a subscriber, yes, why not? Go on, be a devil. Subscribe. You know you want to. Not make sense. More than I do anyway. If you've got any comments, questions, queries, suggestions, except why don't you shut up and do something useful with your life, mate, feel free to post them. Mind you, can even post that if you want. Water off a duck's back. Oh hell, I mentioned duck again. Where are we going to go next? I should go around here, I think. Park this up. Oh, I don't want that going. Switch the lights off now again. So, with that, it's me saying that cheerio for now. Cheerio.